Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Oddly Enough show that we do with Swingin' Johnson every week, and today is July 2nd, and supposedly we're going to be talking about soccer this week. A little hard to believe, but that's what I'm told. Swingin' Johnson, thanks for being back with us.
Loshak, we're talking World Cup today, mofo, where there's all sorts of heading, flopping, kicking, biting, and that's just in the stands. This is one crazy-ass sport, Loshak, my brother.
All right, Swingin' Johnson, you don't know anything about soccer. I mean, it's a sport for, socialist cowards. You're from America. You don't know anything about soccer, right?
Well, that you're 100%. You've exposed me as the fraud that I am. I mean, the World Cup fever that swept Estados Unidos has officially broken, and now all Americans can stand as one nation and declare that once again, soccer sucks. Bring on the NFL, baby.
All right. But, look, you've proven in the past that if there's a topic that no one would expect you to know anything about, like, the NFL Pro Bowl, if you do your research, you can give us, valuable tips and valuable advice. You've proven it in the past, Swingin' John. So is that what you've done this year? You actually researching soccer, and you think you found some angles with some profitability?
Well, not only have I researched it, but I'm going to confess that I've actually watched it. Yeah. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, granted, I was 3 sheets to the wind, but I'll tell you what, man, there's a little kind of national pride type of thing going on. And then, after you start watching it, you realize, hey, that 45 minutes wasn't too bad, and then there's no commercials. So honestly, there is something to be said. I got to tell you that, I never thought I'd say it, but yeah. I mean, I think if you do a little bit of homework, you watch what's going on, you can come up with some information. No question about it.
My first impression as an American watching soccer for the first time is there's not a lot of goals. Did you notice that?
It suddenly occurred to me after a lot of due diligence. Yes, it finally has dawned on me. There are not a lot of goals scored in general. Yes.
All right, Swingin' Johnson. Well, let's see what your opinions on, handicapping soccer are for the upcoming World Cup. What do you have for us?
All right, let's talk about the beautiful game.
Okay.
The match is going forward. Let's talk about Belgium and Argentina. In this particular matchup, Argentina is the bookmaker's choice anyway. Bet365.com dealing Argentina plus 115 to win in regulation. Belgium plus 250. A draw will get you plus 240. Now, I'm looking at this and thinking, is Argentina really that much better? I mean, obviously, the draw looms large in regulation, but let's assume this is an absolute blowout, Loshak, where one team actually scores in the first 90 minutes. Is it then so improbable that this skilled, well-balanced Belgium team could defeat the Argentinians? I mean, if you look at what Argentina has done, aside from superstar Lionel Messi, who's just on another friggin' planet, I mean, they really haven't come together. I mean, Messi has been it. They beat Bosnia 2-1, Iran 1-0, Nigeria 3-2, and then bumped out the Swiss 1-0 in their last game. Now, I realize that in the game of soccer, winning by a goal is par for the course. But did the Argentinians inspire that much confidence in their win over Switzerland that Belgium simply can't be touched at World Cup odds of plus 250 in this game to win at regulation? And again, let's not forget that if it wasn't for Tim Howard in the last game, Belgium would have won at least 5-1, and I can tell you that the odds would have plummeted. So right now, I'm looking at Belgium in regulation of plus 250, and it's about as tasty as their chocolate right about now.
All right. Is that all you have for us in terms of tips, or you have others?
No, actually, I'd like to just shift on over to the Netherlands versus Costa Rica. Okay. I love Los Ticos. I'm telling you what, man, I am absolutely – they're my team. I mean, right now that the United States is out, Costa Rica, man, my friends at SBR and I are one, because I would love to see Los Ticos shock the world. The problem that they're going to have is the Netherlands seems to be the scoring juggernaut of this particular World Cup. Costa Rica, on the other hand, they do it by defense. But unfortunately, I think that the Netherlands is just too strong, because this is the one team that actually puts the ball in the net. However, Costa Rica does have a really good defense. And you know what? I'm going to bet with my heart just a little bit and send in a few bucks on a draw at plus 333 and just hope for the best after that.
But also, didn't Netherlands almost lose to Mexico? And Mexico and Costa Rica, those are very similar countries. I mean, Mexico is much bigger, obviously, but basically Costa Rica and Mexico are the same thing. And if the Netherlands almost lost to Mexico, then why wouldn't they almost lose to Costa Rica as well?
Hey, if you're selling, I'm buying. All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you my one thought in general on the World Cup. From what I've seen, we see this all the time. The team, the big favorite, that's at home with a lot of pressure on them. Sometimes they choke, and I'm thinking that is something that might happen to Brazil here. I'm not sure if I want to bet them in their next match, but if they go up against Germany, who's playing a tough brand of soccer right now, I think I'd be looking pretty heavily towards betting on Germany in some way. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think Brazil is going to be all wound up. I mean, there's enough pressure to begin with, especially when you're home. I mean, really, how much of a difference between this great Brazilian team than the rest of the bunch, especially when you're talking about teams like Argentina and Belgium. I mean, Belgium is 12 plus 1,200 at Bet365 to win it all. I like that. I like those odds. But this is going to be no picnic, and I think they're only getting a 2.5 to 1. See you later. I'd be betting on somebody with a lot more value than that.
All right. So to sum up, Swinging Johnson, just tell us again what your official 2 picks are, because I couldn't even follow enough to tell us just for the sake of record keeping. What are your official 2 picks again?
Belgium plus 250 over Argentina in regulation. I also have a draw plus 333 in regulation between Netherlands and Costa Rica. And then I have Belgium plus 1,200 to win the World Cup.
All right, Swinging Johnson, thanks so much. I will not be terribly shocked, but I will be very impressed if these picks wind up as being profitable. Thanks so much, Swinging. Talk to you again next week.
Always a pleasure, Lojack. Thank you.